basement, but thank you guys for coming out. We got a great live comedy show for you. We really appreciate you guys being here. Okay, this guy, he's a nationally syndicated radio host, hilarious man. He's touring all over Florida. He's going to be headlining a club next week in Summerfield, Florida. Make him feel loved, everybody. And Tyll, everybody.
There's the love right there. I've seen that happen before, believe me. I've walked into a room and the tip falls right off and goes straight to the floor. Okay.
Is that a lever call?
Matt, you might have broken it. I think we're going to go this way.
Here we go this way?
Yeah.
You guys can hear me?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, and you mentioned syndicated radio guy. Wow, how that has changed in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I was a skinny little 1975-year-old teenager. You got that? In the 70s, teenager in the car, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm coming home from the nightclub, and some crazy guys on WPLJ in New York. And I'm going, I want that gig. I don't even know what he's doing right now. It's a music station, but he's talking about President Nixon this, and the Congress that, and the protest, and I'm leaning into the radio, not even watching the exits on the highway. They used to say that was the highest compliment you could pay a radio guy, was I missed my exit because I was listening so carefully to what you're saying. I go, I have to do this. So I go home, tell my parents, don't worry, my career is all set. I'm going to be on in the middle of the night, talking on the radio about whatever I think I need to say about whatever is happening in the whole society. And I'm 19, and I am ready for the job. When you're 19 and you're at Edward Tyll at St. John's University, what have I done with my life so far, Mr. 19? Well, I got good grades. I haven't gone to jail, very big in the Bronx. Many have been arrested, many have been convicted, never even ridden in a cop car. Whoa, obedient little Edward Tyll now just wants to straighten out the world because the world looks like it's having difficulties. Everything looks pretty clear to me. I'm 19, okay? I'm 19 in 1975. You have any idea what 1975 was like? You could walk down the street and not bump into a germ or a crime. Nothing. Just walking down the street, being a kid in the Bronx. Trying not to get my bicycle stolen, baby. That was item number one. What happens when you grow up on my street? Your parents work hard to get you that Schwinn, banana seat, high bars, the Stingray, the bicycle that's like a motorcycle, boom, boom. And you get this from your parents after a year of saving, but you get it on Christmas in the Bronx. Terrible weather for a bicycle. So you pull it out in the living room, which is the size of this mat, and you go back and forth on that bicycle. Wait till I'm out there. Wait till I'm out there. A warm day happens before school reconvenes. School comes back after the Monday after New Year's was when school goes. So, wow, a warm day during Christmas vacation? We're taking these bikes to Bronx Park East, off the block, to Bronx Park East. What happens in Bronx Park East? We ride like the world is all ours. 9 years old, we are whipping down the hill and dale of Bronx Park East for 35 seconds. Then we're surrounded by a gang. I'm stabbed, and my bike is gone. It's a little stab, don't worry. It's a little tiny mark, but it's right there. My mother went nuts. Edward! Edward! My father's like, get in the car. We're gonna find your bicycle. Get in the car with the old man. We go right down to Jerome Avenue, Yankee Stadium, land of crime and mayhem. He spots the bike. What happens to that bicycle? Anybody want to guess? The old man takes it back from the gang. I go, wow, they're gonna stab my dad. We're gonna be on the news tonight. My father swiped that bike from them so fast, threw it in the trunk of his Plymouth Savoy. Yeah. 6 cylinders, yeah. 3-speed on the side of the column, yeah. But there we are. Now we stole the bike back, yet we're obeying a red light. Yet we're at a red light at Jerome Avenue. We stole the bike back, proudly took it back. But now we're waiting at a red light, politely to obey the law as we take the bike back home. Give it up for my dad. People go, why are you the way you are? Why are you so always talking? I'm always animated. I'm always excited. Today, big day for me. Having performed in New York City 20 years, maybe 22 years, doing it right now with you guys, second show of the day, I'm on top of the world. This has been the greatest life I could have imagined. I was on the air for 40 years, talking about everything under the sun and annoying people to no end. Then, when the radio business started to quiet down, I'm like, I can do stand-up comedy for guys like this. Look at this guy, walks in, he doesn't know what's going on, but you are welcome. Nice to have you. And I think you are laugh-worthy in every way. Just take a look at this guy. Am I wrong or am I on something here? Come on, well, I'm on something, but I'm on to something, I think, with you. Welcome aboard. So, radio always ended at the exact same time every day. Oh yeah, you look up at the clock and you got 5 minutes left, you gotta say goodbye, you gotta bring on the next show. And I still had more. Hard to believe in the front row? Because you guys imagine the idea that after a 3-hour radio show, I still had more that I wanted to say and talk about and get excited about. Get really excited about great things, things that are interesting, fun to know about. So the show would end and I would finish the show in the hallway with my colleagues, run up and down the hall. You know what I should have brought up? And then I said, if I do stand-up, there's no limit when I'm up there. There's no commercial break. I will just be able to unload whatever is in there to these beautiful people. Not bad. Not a bad deal. So now you're on the express train with Ed Tyll. There are no commercial breaks, no intros, no outros. You are just in the middle of the maelstrom, and I love where we are. You guys loving it? Yeah. I feel you. You guys are fantastic. Them I like this guy bringing in his cocktails where he walked him in there. Yes, ma'am, a lovely forearm. I just want you to know. Beautiful. This gentleman has a very compelling voice. Are you an actor in some way? Wow, because just that. Did you hear it? You heard it right there. Just one syllable from this guy. You're a one-syllable man. Fantastic. Welcome. And so nice to see you here, being here. Now, look at this. I just want to show you what nature is capable of. Watch this. Father-son, right there. Take a look at father-son. You would never find the similarities. Would you see anything similar at all? They're different height, they're different build, but the father and I, old buddies. Radio buddies. He is the hero of the radio industry because what happens is 3 o'clock in the morning, his clock goes on. Imagine you and me, any of us, 3 a.m., and you gotta rev it up, baby. It's 3 a.m., you're going on the radio and you're Dan Gaffney, and you got the traffic, you got the weather, you got the crime, you got the baseball, you got the breaking news, the unbroken news, the news that hasn't even been news yet. You're supposed to know about it before it happens. That's what you get out of Dan. Give it up for Dan Gaffney, yeah, right there. So you say to yourself, stare into the camera just to frighten everybody. Let's do that, yeah. So you say to yourself, what the heck comes after a guy like this radio man? Up at 3, knows where all the potholes are, don't take that road, watch your taxes, they're going up, who's the mayor, who's his daughter, why is she in the tabloids? That's this guy. He has a son, right there, stand-up comedian. What? Same environment where your father is doing it all. Wow, he's got it all, baby. And just check with Dad at about 5:15. Hi, this is Dan Gaffney. Hey, Dad, listening to you on the radio right there. What could you do? You can never go near a radio. How you ever gonna? But the microphone sets you free. There's nothing with this microphone except the electricity in it and whatever we do. So blank slate, blue sky, tall sun, off and rising, baby. One time for the sun, come on. Let's hear it. Off on the rise. This gentleman in the corner, we should pay this guy, I should, for all the things he's taught me over the last 10 years. My radio show was in a studio that had a hurricane knock out the ceiling so that on the air, the water was dripping and splashing as I'm giving the breaking news in the studio. Unbelievable. A kindergarten friend of mine, right, online together, kindergarten in the Bronx, we were in touch at the time, regular touch all through, and he says to me, you know, there's an office in my building, would be perfect for your radio operation. You should right now go to the train, jump on, and my buddy Steve will be at the building if you're not there, if I'm not there first. I go, wow, fantastic, man, thank you. So I took my show prep, a couple of microphones, headphones, ran out the door, whoosh, whoosh, coming in on Sea Creek Boulevard. So the sea was creaking into my studio on Sea Creek Boulevard, Florida Satellite Beach. This guy standing outside the building, I don't know, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, puffing away on a Marlboro. You know, you ever see people smoke a Marlboro? Smoking a Marlboro, you deliberately, not just a cigarette, smoking a Marlboro, puffing away, and you're hitting it like, deliberately. Whatever the thought is, you're working on a problem, you're solving something, you inhale as an articulator of the thought, so the smoke is coming out in thoughts and words. This guy, over in the corner, with the beard and the whole look he's got, right? He could break into your house or rebuild your house in this outfit. Am I right? Either way, rebuilds the whole house, genius architect, or he's just gonna, use the guest room for the night. So he's puffing out there, and I get dropped off, and now this is who I'm gonna be hanging out with, and I hadn't had a cigarette in a long time. I had cigarettes back in when I was young, but I was like, no way, you're on the air, you gotta keep the lungs pink and nice, but cannot resist the Marlboro philosopher over here. This guy knows sunrise and sunset 365 days a year, what crops, when you plant them, how you germinate the seeds, right? How you irrigate it, how you fence it. This guy is amazing, could have his own civilization. So I feel tonight him witnessing the show is for all the nights that we argued politics. Yeah. That's it. We have not agreed on one thing since we met, I don't know, a dozen years ago, 10 or 12, whatever the hell it is. That's a long time ago. Not one thing, but no matter the subject, no matter the rancor of the opinions being expressed, he always said, you want a Marlboro? Yeah, man, thanks. So you could sit there and have complete arguments and then still love sitting, hanging out with your boy. Now, I realize I brought up smoking in New York, so get ready. Both of us haven't had one in forever. Applause. Yeah. My man doesn't smoke anymore. I gave up mine. Dan remembers when I gave up mine. I had, you know what? Let me hold one then. Come on, you gotta let me hold it now.
That's gonna cost you $2.
I was gonna say, with that few left in the pack, I'm really hitting this guy up here. Now this is, oh come on, this is the best right here. Oh yeah, what? you telling me? What are you saying? I don't think you understand what this means. Let me make this clear to you because it's right there for you to see. Is it right there? It's right there for you to see it. And then it'll get small, and you got to start holding it like this now. Because now it's starting to get a little hot on the light, but still, when you puff it with a little aggression. You puff on it because I know you're finishing on me now. Now I know that tobacco in there is double resonated. I don't like it. It doesn't taste as good as that first drag, so I'm going to finish you off anyway. Then you flick it at the end. Gotta have the good flick.
Yeah, got it.
Gotta have a good, right? In life, if you have anything, have a good flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good flick. Oh, beautiful. So, I don't know, where do I begin with you guys? There's just so much I want to share. All right, so I feel like I haven't said a word then. Let me begin. Let me tell you guys something here. So, I got stuck in the house a lot for the COVID. And it wasn't just COVID. I was already a germaphobe, okay? I was not happy with the coughers that were at the diner, but because there was no COVID, it was okay to just throw your phlegm out into the masses and have us all inhale. I get all that, you know. I felt the same way, man. My eyebrows went just like yours, like two seagulls. They got very confused, right? It was, why are they behaving like this? So today, I get off the subway. The light is beaming on the staircase, right? You're watching everybody get to the final step of the staircase. And what do you see? A guy coughing with a perfect umbrella of phlegm. And it came down over like 5 innocent people. I almost tackled them right on Fulton Street.
Yeah.
I almost took them out. I was like, I have to save you from the drop. Because remember droplets? I remember not knowing that word, droplet. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's about droplets. So droplets matter. I am the droplet king observer. You cannot get a droplet past me because I watch the light refraction. That's an LED bulb right there. That sets off a different prism depending on the viscosity of the flame. So I'm not messing around with this stuff, okay? They told me, oh, don't worry. So I do. I go on vacation from Dan's radio station in Delaware, and I go to Florida and actually buy a house. I've been looking to get a house down there. I'm looking to retire someday. Get a house now, brand new, blah, 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 ready to go. So I get this house, 1, 2, 3. I look at it. It was already built, so you get a little discount, and I took it and got the house done. Come out of the closing of the house, sitting at a restaurant with my ex-girlfriend, are the most trustworthy, aren't they? You love your ex-girlfriends, man. Thank God in this world for ex-girlfriends. Unmarried here, okay? But several amazing relationships. Now, it is a bounteous feast of caring and compassion and all the things I didn't have in the original relationship.
Okay.
Thank you. As I said, somebody's going to get that, right? If everything is so idyllic now, what happened to me? Oh, we don't want to talk about that. But here we are now in the cradle of the affection of the ex. So I'm at this dinner at the house, we're toasting, and all of a sudden I have difficulty drawing a breath. Just drawing a single breath. I'm like, what is going on? And I had flown 2 days before. Could I have picked up something on a plane that would come on like 1, 2, 3 like that? So we left the restaurant, went to an urgent care in the morning, came back to Dan's station in Milford, Delaware. It took 24 more days for them to break the germ. They put in one medicine, 7 days, nothing. 7 days of another. The third medicine was a $500 pill. I was like, this thing is going to kill me, not the disease. Monster. And it finally broke, and I got to come back to work. But it was right before COVID. This was like 6 months before COVID. So I don't know, you want to play conspiracy theory? It probably was on that plane because the symptoms were identical. So after that, germaphobe is what I become. And COVID hasn't happened yet, but I'm just not getting sick again. So when I see a guy in the supermarket around Christmas time. At Christmas time, they got all the chestnuts out there, and they got all the beautiful things that you put out for company. And here's a guy in the supermarket, and he's using his skin fingers, right? Yeah. He's using the skin of his fingertips. You like those? Where the fingerprint is. Well, the curly Q, so he's using that, and he's sizing up the nuts. You believe this guy? He's sizing up the nuts with his hand, and he's talking about it while he's doing it. He's got the thing in his hand. Oh, these are good. Oh, these are ready. Oh, these are fantastic. You know, it's Christmas. You're not going to Caligula's house. Calm down. Right? I mean, this is Christmas. Let's not get all hot and bothered about the nuts that you're touching in the store.
With your skin fingers.
With his skin fingers. The skin on the inside of your fingers touches anything. You could open a door and have no idea who is inside. Your fingers have seen it all. They have been a lot of places, and now they're touching the nuts that are for other people to celebrate the holidays with. These are holiday nuts. Do you understand what he's touching? And he's disapproving of some. What does he do with the disapproved of nut? When he's rubbing a nut, he's got this nut, he's going back and forth. Yeah. Oh, I don't think so. Now, what do you think a nut discard means? He puts it back in the pile. I looked over, I'm like, I'm calling the manager of the store. I said, this guy is touching the nuts. Would you watch him? With his skin fingers. And the manager says to me, no, he's not. I said, come over here. Stand over here with me. I said, watch him. You got to get down a little bit. Just head down like this. Now, watch him. I said, then watch his face. He's all judgmental on every nut he touches. And I'm going to bet you something called nano. Now you heard about nanoplastic. There's the word nano. There is nano sweat on that fingertip that he rubbed that nut with, and now that nut is now buried in a crowd that you might be handed on Christmas Day. Here, would you like some nuts? They hand them over to you. And there's one nut in there going, don't touch me, I'm ugly, I'm disgusting. But you won't hear him, because he's saying it in nut.
That cigarette is yours now.
I was going to say, I can keep this. Yeah.
The skin fingers.
This is even worse. This is with my in-between finger skin. This isn't just finger skin, it's in
I'm
between.
not asking for that back.
No, and you know what? Thank you, because you didn't ask for anything so far in this whole relationship. So far you haven't asked anything of
Your
me.
skin fingers can have.
And I feel the relationship has all been one way up to this point. Don't you guys feel it's been a little one way? I feel like I'm putting everything in.
What are you talking about? I gave you a cigarette.
Guess he's got me on physical items, right? Physical items, he wins 1-0. But I've been telling you my funniest stories. That's fantastic.
Wow.
So yeah, exactly. Wow. Oof. Boy, you need to see somebody after the show, dude. So the watching of television during the COVID became all day television. Like, I had a radio show, I would do it in my home studio, I come out of it in my living room, now I got nothing to do. TV at 12, TV at 2. So I'd start watching TV when I really would need a nap. You know, and you're like, man, you're so tired, if you close your eyes right now, you would take a nap. Why don't you take a nap? You go, I don't want to take a nap in the daytime. Then I won't be able to go to sleep at the right time. Throw off my whole, circadian rhythm will be wrecked. I don't want to do that. No, you should take a nap. So what I'll do is I'll lie down on the couch, and have on one of my television regular shows, and then I'll fall asleep while the show is on. Then I start dreaming that I'm in the show. Sound good?
Yeah.
So the true crime show, my favorite show, is called Snapped. Now what happens in Snapped? Look at these guys. They're snapping right now. That's what's happening. They're snapped. You get to somebody at a certain level, they go. They can't hold back anymore. They snap. They've lost it. And by the way, it's a pleasure watching you guys lose it. From up here, it's fine. You guys are still under control. I notice in the back. In the back of the room, somehow they've kept control of themselves. These guys, they've lost it altogether. She's trying to reel them back in, but there's no hope. These two are off and gone.
That's the point.
Exactly. You know, we're all adults, you know. You want to snap, you want to lose it, this is the right place to do it, believe me.
Yeah.
So here I am, falling asleep in front of the show Snapped. And Snapped is about women who lose their mind from a bad relationship and murder their husband or boyfriend. Every show is the same. Mary Ellen worked at the bank. Everybody envied their marriage. But Bill's head was cut off, and she was found with a hatchet screaming on the lawn. It's always a woman who loses her mind, kills the husband. So I say to myself, you know, these are pretty interesting women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not just the moment they snap. They have careers, they work at banks, they do things. These, other than the murder part, they would be eligible for me to date. These are the interesting women, and plus, you know, they're passionate. If they really hate somebody, they'd kill them. So I find these women very attractive based on the backstory before they do the murder. Oh, they grew up here, they worked at the community pool, you know, they sold Girl Scout cookies. They took a fencing class and used to run through all of their instructors, but aside from that, these are nice girls. Now, they've been sentenced for the murder of their husband or boyfriend, and there they are right on TV. Beautiful mugshot, but very attractive mugshot. They got the orange jumpsuit on. And I say to myself, what's that release date? Who's going to be waiting for them when they get out? Nobody but me.
Nice.
And upon release date, I rent usually a Corvette or a Jaguar.
Usually.
Pull up to the... I'm not taking them in my car. They're not taking my car. They're fucking murderers, right? These girls will fucking kill you, so you're not coming to my car. And there's only one rule. When you date a woman who has been paroled for murder, for a crime of passion against a man in a relationship, and you are now a man in a relationship, just don't piss her off. You're going to have to be agreeable with this woman, no matter what the demands are. That's it. You're laughing, but this is my life. This is how I've worked it out.
Usually.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Once again, the voice of reason. So, public education, public school education. I love education. You guys love education? Anybody here love going to school? I fucking love school. I'm a nerd, whatever you want to call me. I love school. Catholic school. Spell it right, would chop your hands off, wear a uniform. I did the whole thing. A's. I loved it. The harder they made it in school, the more I wanted to get it right. And school was my thing. And then I got a little bit older and I go, wow, you don't make any money teaching school. I better find a job. But if you would have asked me what I was doing when I was a kid, I was going to be a teacher. I love it. Well, you might know, you might recognize what I'm about to share with you as one of our social ills, so they say. But beautiful, middle-aged, Rubenesque, gorgeous, sexy teachers on Friday afternoon are inviting some of the football players to come down to the band room and do shots.
Why?
Yeah. And one shot leads to one bra strap comes off. Another shot, and we got Mrs. McGillicuddy in the high tops, dancing for the boys on the piano. And we, as boys, when we were boys, we would have done anything for this to have happened. We couldn't imagine that a hot, grown-up teacher would like to do shots with us on a Friday afternoon and start making out, and before you know it, 2 of us are making out with her, and before you know it, she's become the triple teaming teacher. And the boys are losing their mind. How could this have happened? What did we do right that God let this happen? Brought this woman in here? What force of nature would let her show us her stuff? Let us touch it? We're allowed to touch it? Then we can go up and do stuff to it that we don't even know if it's the right thing to do, but we can do whatever we want with Mrs. McGillicuddy on a Friday afternoon. And you say, well, hold on, some kid just called the cops. Wait. Don't tell me you called the police to put a stop to this. Do you know that this is something we've been waiting for our entire adolescence? It is finally happening, and you've called the authorities to stop it? Well, my mother says what she's doing is wrong. Let me check with my penis. Hold on a second, dear. No, apparently your mom's wrong. There is nothing wrong. This is fantastic. And they say, oh, no, this is actually a crime. This is an assault on these boys right now. Your mind explodes. You know that Black Bart is in all the cowboy movies, and he's a bad guy. And you know that the Joker and the Riddler, those are villains with Batman. But you've never heard of a villain that would let you fondle their bounteous breasts and stare as long as you want at their naked body. Oh my God, this is so great. How come she's not stopping us? I don't know. Then the sheriff comes in, and they all get arrested. And they say, boys, this was very, very bad. Never mind what she did. You boys should have known better that this is wrong. Don't you boys know what this is? And in unison, we all said the same thing. Nirvana. I'm a child of Nirvana. You guys are fantastic. This next comedian coming up, you are gonna love. Oh yeah, you know what? Can I put off my own applause? Yeah. I love you guys. So as I mentioned earlier, Matt Nagan and I started doing comedy a long time ago. He's a fascinating guy. He's worked with Al Pacino in a movie on Amazon Video, this crazy bastard, I love him. He put a gun in Pacino's face in a scene. Is that awesome? Scarface. He's fantastic, and he and I have been doing comedy now pretty regularly together on shows like this last couple of years, but really funny, love him. Give it up for Matt Nagan, everybody.
One more time for Ed, come on. Wow. Ed Tyll, man. And thank you for coming to my Netflix special. Man, that was great. That was great energy. And